First of all, George, that howl is a party trick. If that was that all you?
Yeah. That's me.
How does one discover this ability? And did you audition with this? How did that go?
Well, to find no, I don't know. It was an integral part of the character, and it was a mixture of as Jacob is, or finding out how to play Jacob, of like kind of figuring out, okay, well, what is the howl, regardless of whether it sounds accurate or not? Like, what's he trying to say with it, and what does it mean for a wolf? And how do you make that sound with human lungs? And then what does it mean for him as a man? And the sort of amalgamation of the two. And then trying to find something that is, akin to the real thing, so to speak. So it's just like, it's kind of something very it feels good to have a howl. It's like, it's very healthy to howl, I think, now and again. Makes you kind of release some stuff.
Yeah, it's very impressive too. So for Lily Rose, when you read the script for the first time, was there a moment that made you go, oh, I'm in? And if so, what was that moment?
I mean, honestly, the whole thing, just the kind of like the kind of synopsis made me be like, yeah, I'm pretty into this. And then once I read the script, I was like, oh my God, I mean, this is like, I have to find a way to be a part of this in any capacity, because I just thought that it was so unique and special. And, that feeling was multiplied by like 100 when I met Natalie, and she has such a kind of, magnetic personality, and you can just feel how creative she is. And I think when you're faced with somebody who is so passionate and like speaks in the way that she does about a project, it's that kind of feeling is like infectious. And it just made me be like, this woman is a creative force like I've never seen, and like I need to be under her I need to be taken under her wing or something in some way. But honestly, and George was saying this earlier, but like, the end, without giving anything away, like the end really broke my heart. It like really made me cry. And I felt at the end, even if it's like kind of sad and like hard to watch and everything, again, like without giving too much away, I think it gives like a complexity and a truthfulness to the story that is that's really important.
Definitely. And I remember when Cats was coming out, Taylor Swift had this really adorable interview where she was like, I got to go to cat school, and that was like the most exciting thing. So for you two, did you have like workshops of how to behave like an animal? Like George, did you have wolf school?
Basically, so we had I had a week with Natalie and with our wonderful movement coach, Terry Notary, before we started. And then actually there was going to be a 2-week break, but in which the pandemic really sort of hit the UK and Ireland. And so the shoot got pushed back. And in that first week, we kind of, before we even got to crawling, we were trying to figure out what it was to be wild and what it was to sort of step away from the human part of yourself, and kind of decided that meant letting go of thought, letting go of that little voice that is kind of checking you about any sort of urge or instinct that you have, and sort of, kind of controlling everything basically. And so the first step was getting rid of that. And then once that kind of, we found what that felt like and began to work on the physicality, actually the time that opened up really helped kind of embed all of that kind of workshopping that we've begun to do.
Mm-hmm. And Lily Rose, same question. How was the animal workshops?
The animal workshop was so incredible for so many reasons. I mean, I think that, it was much more than just trying to perfect a technical movement. It was very, very emotional work, and it informed, I think, so much of both of our characters and so much of how our characters related to each other and our dynamic. We did a lot of animal movement improv together, which was so much fun, kind of getting to know each other in that animalistic way. And I think to me shows on screen how much because like in the end, it's a movie with like not too much dialogue. Like there's not, too much talking that is done, which I think is very fitting. And so I think that getting to know each other in this kind of wordless way and having this almost like, how animals communicate with each other without talking, obviously, I think like kind of finding that way of communicating without words for us was really important.
Yeah, totally. Well, that is my time, but pleasure to talk to you both, and congrats on the film.
Thank you
so much.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Take care.
Yeah.